We are talking about carbon capture, utilization, sequestration, the science, and other issues. This is an interesting paper because it goes into practical things about whether CCS and CCUS will scale up to be a significant part of the net zero we want to achieve by 2050 globally. Individual countries are giving different dates: China 2060, India 2070, and so on. What this does is look at implemented carbon capture, sequestration, utilization projects and see what level of carbon capture or utilization is actually being achieved and what excuses are being made. There is always the transparency issue of whether the industries that are doing CCS actually are reporting the right amount of carbon being sequestered. But then there are also details of, with all these issues, what are the numbers? The numbers are not very impressive in terms of scaling up to gigatons anytime soon. Plus, there are other issues like cement industry saying that cement industry is special because CO2 is a natural irreducible emissions of their production of clinker, and hence they should be exempted from this progress or demand towards net zero. On the other hand, can that be used as an excuse to not upgrade their processes, efficiencies, renewable energies, equipment upgrades, and so on to actually reduce emissions? And even then, are they accounting for the so-called Scope 3 emissions? Scope 1 and 2 is where you are bringing in raw material production, so some emission is involved. Scope 3 is where you ship your product to elsewhere and then you say, that's not my responsibility. Only place where CCS is showing some success is in enhanced oil recovery, where you are using CO2 to pump into the ground to push out more fossil fuels, and that's not great either. So the idea is to say that you should not use oil recovery, you should have identified places for storage, you should not be using CCS as an excuse, or irreducibility of CO2 emissions as an excuse not to move towards efficiencies, reduced emissions with other methods, and so on. So it's a tough challenge, but we must figure out whether CCS will scale up to be a real partner in net zero transitions, or will it be just a greenwash, So we have to be careful there.